Going live one more time. Mm. Yet once more. V Day. That's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day 2025. And I am here. I'm in the office. I'm at 611 South Farmerville Street. But there's one thing for sure. It was cold this morning, and it's going to be raining tomorrow. And today, years ago, my brother got married. He got married on Valentine's Day. Now, I didn't get married on Valentine's Day. I did get married years ago, but it was on the opening day of duck season. And duck season opens in November in this state. But my father's house has has been my father's house going on 15 years now. Yeah, I purchased it. I paid for it. I moved into it in 2010. And my brother got married before then. But it's been Valentine's Day a lot of days. Every year on the 14th day of November, February, it's Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's a good day, I suppose. And it's cold here. And there's a lot of chocolate uh, and flowers used to be sold on Valentine's Day. I mean, I can remember in some years gone by that, there was a lot of money spent on chocolate, candy, and flowers. I don't believe there's going to be nearly that amount spent on chocolate and flowers today. Mm. Now, somebody may buy somebody some flowers, and you may buy somebody some chocolates, but things have sure gone up over the years. I mean, I'm telling you, things have gone up. And it won't be long, from now until they have what they call Mardi Gras. I've even heard there's a Mardi Gras parade scheduled for the area somewhere around here for Saturday. That's tomorrow. But I wanted to make something, a little bit different today than some other days. And you can see that I've got one blind shut, and the fire truck went by, or the ambulance. That wasn't a fire truck. You heard the siren, I'm sure. But yesterday, I made a video, and I was looking at some information in a Bible. And I don't think a whole lot of people spend a whole lot of time, looking at a Bible. I don't. I mean, in today's world, I don't imagine a whole lot of people putting a whole lot of effort into, you know, the Bible. But there's a day mentioned in the Bible. It's called the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord. The day of the Lord will come. It will. No doubt about it. A thief usually likes to come not at 12 noon, while you're sitting, at your dining table or, in the house. He doesn't come at noon. he usually wants to come around midnight or later when you sleep. That's the best time. A thief can do more while you're asleep than he can do if you're awake and alert. Yeah, because if you are awake and alert, the thief won't. He most of the time he won't. Just come right in. He'll wait. If he's gonna steal something, now if he's gonna kill you, it won't matter what time of day it is. No, if he's got killing and stealing, that's a different ball game. But today is Valentine's Day 2025. And I don't think I made a video on Valentine's Day in 2010. The reason being, I didn't have a YouTube account on Valentine's Day in 2010. But I did make a video on a holiday. It was the 4th of July. I did make a first video. I did. I remember that. That was in 2010. But today, it's going to be some clouds. Tomorrow, there's going to be some wind. And there'll be probably some lightning and thunder tomorrow. But it's supposed to be a good bit warmer than it is today. But it's going to get right back down to colder than it was this morning in a couple of mornings. But I know I may seem to be not making a point here. And there's a point to that. There is. But the thief, the day that's coming, the day of the Lord that I mentioned a few minutes ago, when the day of the Lord happens, it's going to put an end to a lot of things that are going on. It's just going to do it. I mean, it's going to be just like that. And I don't think a whole lot of people are ready for the just like that. I really don't. But I am ready for the just like that because I got to stay ready. I got to stay alert. I do. Because the kingdom, there's a place over on the other side of the world somewhere. I haven't been there. It's called Jerusalem. Jerusalem has experienced a lot of things, in the last couple of thousand years. And it's experienced some things in the last year. But what's coming is going to far exceed anything that's ever been before. And you say, well, what in the world could possibly happen? Let's see, there's a person named Jesus that was crucified and raised from the dead. And there was a prophet before him that baptized him, whose name was John. And there was a king that was the second king. Saul was the first king. David was the second king over Israel. Solomon was the third. And Jesus, whom I mentioned, of Nazareth, a descendant of David, is going to be the king over Israel forever. I mean, Israel asked for a king, and God gave him a king. And God made a promise to the king, and God's made some more promises to a lot of people. He made Abram some promises. Abram was about 99 years old when God told him and his wife that they was going to have a baby. And sure enough, Abram and his wife had a baby. He was 99 years old. And they named that child Isaac. And Isaac got him a wife, a very good looking wife. And she gave birth to twins. She did. And one of them's name was Esau, and the other one's name was Jacob. And Jacob got blessed. I'm talking about he got the better blessing. Esau, he did hear some words from his father, but they weren't the words that Jacob heard. And Jacob, he left home not too long after that because his brother had full intentions of killing him. So he hit the road and he went back to the homeland, so to speak. He did. And he ran into somebody that was family. Yeah, you can read about this stuff. All you got to do is just read a little bit of Bible. I mean, you can start about chapter 10 or 11 or 12. I know if you start in chapter 12, you're going to find out about Abram. You'll find out about Noah before that. But the subject here is this boy that was born named Jacob. He had an encounter with God, and God changed his name to Israel. And Israel had 12 sons, and they were called the sons of Israel, and they became 12 tribes. That's what a son can do. That's what tribes are. Tribes are families. I suppose you probably already knew that, but I just threw it in just in case. Though each one of the Indian tribes in the United States, they were from, a couple of Indians. There was a couple of Indians here, and there's a couple of Indians over there, and a couple of more Indians somewhere else. And those Indians produced more Indians. And by the time some things happened, there were a lot of Indians, and I've probably seen an Indian, but I didn't see an Indian like was seen here 400 years ago. Now, I don't know when they started having Valentine's Day. I don't. But I do know they were having, some feasts and things going on when Jesus was alive. But Jesus is going to return to the earth. Jesus of Nazareth. You pay attention, you'll find out in March and April, you'll find out about Jesus being crucified and raised from the dead. It'll be after what we have is Ash Wednesday, and today's Valentine's Day on a Friday. So if you want to know what's going to happen when Jesus appears, there will be a king once more where there hasn't been a king for years. Jesus is going to be the king. He's going to be the king over in the country. He's going to be the king over the same country that David was king over. He's not going to be the only king on the earth, but he will be the king over that land. Whatever David was king over, Jesus will also be the king over that land and those people. there will be subject to him and some others that you can read about in the Bible. Now, I've gone over the 15-minute mark. I have. But I'm not going to go over, I don't think, the 18-minute mark on this video. But Jesus of Nazareth was last seen on a spot over in that land, and he left there to go up into heaven. He did. Well, he's going to come back down from heaven. He's going to come back down to that spot. And until he gets there, I get to preach the gospel of the kingdom in the age to come. It's not here yet, but it's coming. I mean, there's going to be a whole lot of changes made when he appears. The earth has not seen immortal human beings. No, nobody on this earth today has seen immortal human beings. But they will be seen. There's going to be Jesus. There's going to be Moses. There's going to be Elijah. There's going to be Daniel. And there's going to be a great number of others that will be immortal. And they won't be able to lose their lives. Some people, like myself, are waiting for that day. They're longing to see it. Some other people are they're just totally confused. And you may be totally confused. I don't know. But I promise you, the one that was raised from the dead, that they saw go up into heaven, he's going to return. And there's going to be a lot that come with him. A lot of what? Individuals that have eternal life. Moses, Daniel, Jesus, some apostles that you can read about. And the 18-minute mark has shown up. So I'm going to end the video. The stream ends. It ends now.